What is going on, guys? My name is Dirge, and today I want to talk a little bit about the garrison feature that will be implemented in Warlords of Draenor. The basic idea of a garrison is like a very expanded version of the farm you get in Pandaria, but unlike the farm, where your options were limited to, well, farming, you'll be able to customize your garrison's layout, appearance, and gameplay effects, as well as attract followers to operate it. There will be a large variety of gameplay decisions with as much or as little micromanagement as you want. And as you make your way around the world, you will see it as part of the world. Now, the followers are NPCs that you can recruit to join your garrison. You'll be able to send them on missions to either improve your garrison or earn loot for your character, have them craft for you, or even gather resources. They'll have a character level, item level, and individual traits that will affect whatever missions you send them on. Each follower will also be a certain rarity, much like items and battle pets, and as you may have guessed, the more rare the follower, the more traits they can have. Now, I'm assuming these will vary depending on the type of follower, and I think it would be cool if they acquired certain traits based on their experiences. As far as recruiting followers goes, some will eventually make their way to your garrison, but as you upgrade your inn, even more will make their way to your base. You'll also be able to obtain followers by simply progressing through the story, completing quests, or by paying gold to hire mercenaries. When your followers are not doing anything for you, you will be able to interact with them around your garrison. Blizzard's goal for followers is to be dynamic and interesting, and an example they give is this. If you send one of your followers to complete a mission within a dungeon and they fail, they may be taken prisoner. The next time you make your way through that dungeon, you will be able to rescue them. To me, this sounds like a great idea. It provides a sense of realism and makes it interesting, whereas the alternative could be followers you only see on paper and will either complete or fail a mission with no reward or consequence beyond a simple win or lose. It makes it more immersive. So, for each mission that you send your followers on, they will, of course, gain experience. If and when they are successful, they will supply you with resources you need to upgrade your garrison, in addition to what their main objective was, whether it be a mining mission or something else along those lines. There's also always the chance one or more of your followers will obtain loot for your character. Now, as far as the whole loot thing goes, I'm hoping Blizzard doesn't get too carried away with it. What I mean by that is, I hope that the loot you get from your followers isn't more powerful than what you can get from completing dungeons, and that the loot is just as uncommon. I can see them making the mistake of providing either too much or too powerful items that will have people relying on their garrisons, thus completely crippling 5-man dungeon gameplay. Don't get me wrong, people should be rewarded for their efforts, but not so much for doing the bare minimum. But back to the whole mission thing really quickly. Apparently when you send a group of your followers on a mission, they'll be able to join forces with a guildmate's followers. Blizzard doesn't really elaborate on this, but I'm assuming that they have to be on the same mission at relatively the same time to benefit from this, or that wouldn't really make too much sense. And I would like to think that this raises the chance of success for both yours and your guildmate's followers. They do say that it doesn't matter if your guildmate is online or not, but I don't think this should happen if, for example, your guildmate's followers are on a completely different mission on the other side of the world. If for some reason their followers are just sitting at their base doing nothing, then I can see them joining in as well. Either way, this will definitely be interesting to see. Follower progression. That's right. As some of you may have guessed, you will be leveling these followers much like you level your character. The upside is that they are already level 90, and they will cap at 100. 10 levels isn't all that bad, and it's not like you have to bring them around with you like a hunter or warlock pet. All you have to do is remember to send them on missions. So, as your followers level up, it will have significant impact on their abilities, as well as their mission success chance. Also, much like your character, each follower will have their own item level based on the follower-specific gear you equip them with. Once at level 100, their gear will play a larger role in their overall effectiveness. Now, if you ignore the fact that we will probably be the ones farming gear for our followers, and that it will probably be rare they find any gear for themselves when they go out on missions, this is kinda cool. It will make you think about what kind of followers you want to have around, because why waste time leveling and gearing one that you aren't really sure you want to keep or just don't care about. It adds more depth and personalization to the whole thing, and I'm definitely in favor of that. So, as far as the buildings that make up your garrison go, they will consist of stables, farms, mines, etc., and will have a variety of uses. Some buildings will be used to recruit, use, and train followers, as well as craft, complete missions, and run missions more quickly by reducing follower downtime. depending on what you personally desire to do with your garrison will influence your building choices, but as of right now, there is no list of buildings you will be able to incorporate into your garrison, or how you will benefit from each. I expect that we will see something along those lines as people get into the beta though. Now, each building will be upgradable, which will amplify not only its effect, but the way it looks within your garrison as well. The example Blizzard gives in regard to this is that when you upgrade your barracks, not only will it look more impressive, but it will increase the number of followers you can send on missions at any one time. I especially like this because you will have to prioritize which followers you want to use and which missions you want them to complete. It will require some thought, rather than mindlessly sending out every follower under your command on every mission available. This also means less burnout when it comes to working on your garrison, unless of course someone at Blizzard gets the bright idea to remove the cap on that, just as they did with daily quests. Let's just hope history doesn't repeat itself. Within your garrison, you will have different plot sizes which will only support buildings of a respective size. For example, you can only put small buildings, which are primarily crafting related, on small plots. A barracks, being a larger building, will not fit on a small plot. You will be able to construct bigger buildings early on, because even a brand new garrison will have a larger plot. As your garrison gains levels, more area to build in will be made available to you, which in turn means more plots and for a wider variety of structures. Regarding personalization and optimization, I am both hoping and assuming that there will always be more building options than any amount of plots a garrison can have, so they can be customized based on the want or need basis of the respective character. As one would think, your garrison will look different depending on if your character is Horde or Alliance. Obviously, you will not be seeing a Tauren player building what looks like an Alliance town hall, and you'll be able to choose one of several zones to place your garrison in, as well as the layout and the buildings you'd like to include. If you decide you'd like to spec your building, which I will talk about more in a moment, it will change some of the cosmetic aspects of the building, in addition to changing its gameplay effects. This is the stuff I like to hear. I'm all about options and customization, provided it's done right. Now, you can also invite your friends of the same faction into your party to show off your garrison. I'm assuming that there may be a trade post or market to be built, because Blizzard is saying you will be able to trade resources by going to a friend's garrison. So, say you have too many building materials, you can trade them for something you need. The description of this is very vague, and it seems like something that would be as simple as opening a trade window. We will have to wait for either the beta or until more information is released to really know for sure. Specializing buildings. Just when you thought it couldn't get any more involved, we will get to choose the bonuses our buildings will provide, or will have the chance to provide. The example Blizzard provides is that one mine specialization may provide more ore gathered per hour, while another will increase the chance your workers will strike a rare mining node. If it is set up anything like the revamped character spec page, I won't mind this at all. Plus, I'm always okay with having extra materials to use or sell. Now, what really got my attention is that there will be several buildings that will give you access to professions your character does not possess. However, there will not be enough plots to put one down for every profession. When I think about this sounds like it will be amazing. To be able to gain the ability to access different professions without leveling an alt, and then leveling their professions as well, sounds very good to me, even if the professions need to be leveled within your garrison. This is definitely a great incentive to create and utilize your garrison, even if all other aspects aren't really desired. Think of the convenience it can provide, not just for that one profession your guild lacks, but to gain access to other items and cooldowns you may otherwise have to search and or pay for. It is a fact that I don't like searching for someone with a living steel cooldown every day, nor do I have time or desire to level several alts and their professions. The only downside to this that I can think of is the impact on the economy. The demand for certain items can potentially become non-existent or drop dramatically. Or it could be completely fine. We won't know until the game is released. I don't think the beta will have enough people playing to test it conclusively. It is expected that when you're first starting your garrison, you will spend a significant amount of time on it, but it will become more casual over time. As followers level up and begin taking on more difficult missions, rather than taking minutes or hours as they will early on, they can take days up to a week at a time completing certain missions. Blizzard's goal is for garrisons to be an important, immersive experience without becoming too intensive, and if everything turns out to be as good as it sounds, I think this will be a fantastic addition to the game. We have seen player housing in so many other MMOs, and it has been desired for quite some time in World of Warcraft. The farm in Mists of Pandaria does it no justice, so I'm hoping Blizzard knocks it out of the park with the addition of Garrisons. But I want to know what you guys think. Will Garrisons live up to all their hype? And what are you looking forward to most about them? Let me know in the comment section below. Drop me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this discussion, and I will see you guys in my next video.